So hey guys, what's up? How are you all? I hope so that you're fine. So today in this video I'm going to solve one most important question based on pair sum problem. Actually in this problem we just have to return the count of the existing sum which is required by this program. So how exactly it work? Let me first of all create one array. In this array we have some numbers present inside. So the given sum that would be required is 5. So actually in this question we just need to return the count. So as we know 1 and 4, these two were the numbers, and 3 and 2 which will be equal to the sum, like 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So the count must be 2. So we just need to return the 2. I hope so that you understand the question. So let us discuss that how exactly we will solving this question by using some complexity analysis. So actually in this case, if you want to solve this question with nlogn, then you must try to sort the array first, and then after that you just need to use the logic which is required. If somebody else asked you to use this approach and find this with the big of n square, so there is one more thing that I wanted to use in this is the use of HashMap. By using HashMap in this video we are going to solve this question. So how exactly HashMap work on this? Let us discuss. Like 1, 4, let it be 5 and 2. All right. So the sum that we have given is 5. All right. So as we know that there would be a count which will having this count of the available pair sums, like 1 and 4 is the one array which will consisting some two values like 1 and 4. The sum of the same is 5, and here we have individual number which is again 5. So the count must be 2. All right. So how we will do this using HashMap? In case of HashMap, we have two things: key and value. All right. So in case of key, if you want to access the key and its value, there are some functions, given function like put, get. All right. So if you apply dot get statement, then you will have the access of value of that particular element you will be filled in this particular get statement. And if you want to put the value of that particular uh, key, like if you want to put value 0 in case of 1, then this must be the key, and you just using this key to put the 0th value in this one. I hope so that you understand. So let me just open my notepad and try to solve this question via my best approach, that is using HashMap. So first of all we just need to import some should be solved in small letters. Import java.util dot, as we have to solve this question by using HashMap, so here I have imported HashMap over here. All right. So now next, what the next thing that I'm going to declare is the class name, that must be hash map or anything else whatever you want to give. Here we go. Now, the another thing that I'm going to provide over here is the main method. So public static void main string args. Alright. I hope so that you are familiar with this main method, why it is used, or how to use this. Basically, we use this method to access the or to provide the output by using some external functions or by using public classes. So here in this particular statement that I have right now is the syntax of Java. Alright. Now the particular thing that will be arrived right now is the initialization. So as I have said you before that we need a counter which will store the key, and then after that it will have to return that value which will be stored inside this counter. So how we will do this? For doing this, I require one function or a class or new class which will having a name of hash or something else. Like, let me create this public static int with the name of hash, and here in this I have to provide some things that we have to fetch from some main method. So firstly, we require an array, absolutely, and we require the sum. All right. Now let me close this so that we will not having some opening and closing errors. So now in this we have the initialize counter to store the counter values, and now in this I have to declare the or a new hash map with some values inside over this, and the value must be in the form of integer because we have to return or to get the values of numbers in the form of integer. So here we go, and the name must be anything. I will take it as m, and now I would like to write it like this. So this is the syntax for declaring the hash map. I also don't understand that how to declare it. Now what we have to do, now we have hash map with the name of m, and particularly in this case we need a loop. In this we require this loop because we have to iterate through each array statement which will be fetched with the help of loop. So that I have require one array statement over here, one array statement. Let me declare the array 1D array with some values. Think that I have declared the values, no problem. Let me declare some new values 1 comma 3 comma 6 comma 7. So we require output as 5, so int sum is equal to 5 and I is less than array dot length I plus plus. Alright, now what we have to do, the one of the most important thing that is left behind is uh, let me do this looping part in our function with the name of hash. So particularly this is the right thing because in, in our main method we just need output. So let let us leave this part for the function because it will be a simplest thing to remember while using function declaration. So in this I have write the statement system.out.print so that we will have uh, the pass memory allocation for the hash function over here, so that I have declared over here the hash function, and into this hash function I have declared or passed the values array and sum. Alright, let me close this. So into our hash function we have passed our array and we have passed sum. Alright, this is the normal thing. Now the important parts begin from this phase. So let's begin. So in this I have declared a hash map into my main method. That's a not big problem, but let me declare this inside my main method. Alright, into my function. So in this we have to initialize our loop, int I is equal to 0, I is less than array dot length, array dot length length th I plus plus. So here we have initialized our loop. I have explained you before why I have required this. Now what we have to do, here inside we have some values, some pre-required values that we have to use. So like we have element requirement, just because if our sum minus array of I is present inside our element. First of all, let me explain that what exactly I am doing, so that you are able to understand. So here inside we have some values like this, and we need and the sum required is 3, and we just need to return the counts. So here we know that the count is 2, it will have to return 2, but in this case we need to minus the sum with the first letter or first index, that is 0th index value, that is 1, so 2. Now we have to check that 2 value is present inside this array. Yeah, definitely. So we just need to put this inside our map with the help of keys or values. So the key must be 1, and the 1 value will have a 1 count. Alright, now I'm coming toward the 2. So for 2 we have 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So inside this particular array 1 is present, yes. So 2 will get 1. So the counter will also will increased by 1 in this case, in this particular case. Because initially we don't have anything, any value in case of map. So when our 1 will go inside, then we have nothing, but when 2 will come over here, then we have the 1 present, so its count will increase to 1. Now let me come toward the 3. So 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. The 0 is present in inside this array? No. It means we have to return 1 over here, because 3 is equal to sum. So the it will return 2 as a output. I hope so that you understand in this case, in this particular case, 3 is also in present inside this array, or in this particular array. So it will increment by 1 over here in this case, and it will return 2. So this is the logic that I am going to use in my coding part, like element equal to sum minus 1. Now we have element present over here. Now what we have to do, we have to use the if else statement, because if our array of I is less than sum, then only it will go inside this particular statement. alright. And inside this statement we have to initialize our key, like if m dot, we have to use the maps hash map statement with the name of m that we have declared already. M dot contains key, contains, syntax would be seems like this, element. If our element is present inside our array, then what we have to do, then we simply have to increase our counter by 1. I also understand that what exactly going on in this question, as I have already explained you with the help of blackboard. So counter will increase by 1, so that let me update the element. So here I have used dot get, it's the function which will be fetching the value. Okay, it's the element is the key over here and the key having some value, so this will increase that value particularly by 1, so that I have used here counter plus equal to m dot. So I have already declared counter over here. So is this right thing? No, because we have to use this inside our function only, so that we have the access of this counter. Alright, so this is the right thing. So particularly now what we have to do is we have increased our counter. Now if we have to use another if statement, why, let me explain. M dot get array of I having no value, it's null. It is important for you to know that if m dot get array of I having no value, no particular, no, it's null. So what we have to expect from our code part, that thing we have to declare over here. So how we will do this? For doing this particular thing, we have to do this thing. Let me just write over here m dot put. Now here I am using put. Why I am using put? Because if having no value, then we just need to put some value na, so that we don't have some any error in that particular case. So the value we have to put is 0. This is the key. To this key we have to put some value, that is 0. Alright. Now if our array is array of I is less than sum, if in particular any case if it is not less than sum, then we just need to move forward. So m dot put array of I comma m dot get array of I plus 1. Alright. So I hope so that you understand that what's going on in this code, in this particular code. Now it's time to save this particular code. Oh, the one thing that we have left behind is the return statement, because we have to return the counter, because its name is pair sum counts. So let me save this with the name of, what's our class name? The class name is HashMap, and with the extension of .java I have to save this. Let me save this inside my YouTube folder so that it's easy to access. So save. Now it's going to be a very easy task for us. We just need to open our cmd or git bash, anything else. Now the thing that we have to do right now is going inside a D folder or the folder in which you have saved the file, and let me list this thing. So here in this we have our file name with the name of HashMap. So let me go inside this file, or you may just Java C to compile this particular file that you have saved with the name of Java. If there is any error, it will show you the particular error. If there is no error, then it will not show any error. So here in this question you have seen that we have parse array and sum to our function that we have developed is hash. So what we expect? We expect the counters which is equal to the sum. So I think 1 would be the required answer in this case. So let me run my program Java hash map. Alright, as you are able to see over here, 1 is the output. If particularly if I do some changes over here in the input part, in the test case part, I have type 4 over here. So the 4 occurs 2 times. Let us see our code will run or not. Control S to save this particular question. And in this particular case, we have to run our code again or compile our Java file again. So hashmap dot Java, right? So Java hash map. Here is the output 2. Because we know that there are two things, that 4 plus 1 is 5 and 4 plus 1 is already also 5. So the counter will increased 2 times, as I have already explained you, in the whiteboard, that particularly what going to happen in this question, that the counter will increase by 1 if we found any particular array with the logic sum minus array of I. If we found that particular array, then we just need to increment the counter by 1, and that thing we have coded over here. So alright, I hope so that you understand the question of the logic that is used in this particular video. And if you like the video, just subscribe to the channel and share to your friends who required the same thing or wanted to learn something new. So have a nice day. Good day.